Let us now continue our discussion with DepEd Order Number 40, Series of 2012, or the DepEd Child Protection Policy, Sections 4 to 8, which are the duties and responsibilities of the central office, regional offices, division offices, school, and the duties and responsibilities of the school personnel. Starting with Section 4, Central Office. The DepEd Central Office shall have the following duties and responsibilities. Develop a policy and guidelines for the prevention of violence against children in schools and make these available to all schools. Conduct a nationwide information dissemination and campaign on violence prevention programs for children and research-based best practices for teachers. Devise programs, campaigns, and activities through the offices of the Undersecretary for Programs and Projects and Regional Operations. Formulate a system of standard reporting, prescribe standards and procedures for monitoring and evaluation, and maintain the Central Repository of Regional Reports, Annex A, on incidents and cases of child abuse and other acts of abuse through the Office of the Undersecretary for Legal and Legislative Affairs. The Secretary shall exercise disciplinary jurisdiction. Section 5. The regional offices shall have the following duties and responsibilities. Encourage and support advocacy campaigns and capability building activities to protect children from different kinds of abuses. Consolidate reports on incidents and cases of the division offices within the region and submit a regional report, Annex A, to the Undersecretary for Legal and Legislative Affairs. Monitor and evaluate the implementation and enforcement of this department order by the school's division offices. Exercise disciplinary jurisdiction and give recommendations to the central office on the policies, programs, and services to address and prevent cases of child abuse. Section 6. The division offices shall have the following duties and responsibilities. Conduct the information dissemination activities and in-service training for teachers on the protection of children in school from all sorts of abuses. Undertake advocacy campaigns and capability building activities to enable the schools to do the following: apply positive and non-violent discipline, formulate and implement guidelines and procedures, and provide conflict resolution or peer mediation if needed. Organize and conduct the capacity building activities for members of the Child Protection Committee and guidance counselors or teachers. Develop strategies to address the risk factors that contribute to the commission of the acts of abuse. Consolidate the reports on incidents and cases of all schools and submit a division report, Annex A, to the regional office. Monitor and evaluate the implementation and enforcement by public and private schools of this department order and such other related laws and regulations relative to abuses of children. Exercise disciplinary jurisdiction. Give recommendations to the regional office and devise measures to address and prohibit different kinds of abuses. Utilize resources by coordinating with appropriate offices and other agencies. Encourage and support activities and campaigns initiated by stakeholders and perform such other functions as may be assigned by the Secretary or the Regional Director. Section 7. The school heads shall have the following duties and responsibilities. Ensure the institution of effective child protection policies and procedures. Ensure that the school adopts a child protection policy. Ensure that all pupils, students or learners, school personnel, parents, guardians or custodians, visitors and guests are made aware of the Child Protection Policy, Annex C. Organize and convene the Child Protection Committee for the school. Conduct the capacity building activities for the members of the Child Protection Committee and guidance counselors or teachers. Conduct disciplinary proceedings in cases of offenses committed by pupils, students, or learners. Ensure that the participatory and other rights of children are respected and upheld in all matters and procedures affecting their welfare. Maintain a record of all proceedings related to bullying or peer abuse and submit after each school year to the division office the report and a copy of the intake form, Annexes A and B respectively. Conduct the appropriate training and capability building activities on child protection measures and protocols. Ensure that the school adopts a student code of conduct to be followed by every pupil, student, or learner. Adopt such conflict resolution mechanisms that respect the rights of indigenous peoples, provided that they conform to this department order and they uphold the rights of the child. Coordinate with the appropriate offices and other agency or instrumentality for appropriate assistance and intervention. Coordinate with the DSWD or the appropriate government agencies or non-governmental organizations on a child protection hotline for reporting different kinds of abuses on children. And ensure that all incidents of abuse, violence, exploitation, discrimination, bullying, and other similar acts are addressed in accordance with the provisions of this department order. And Section 8, the following are the duties and responsibilities of school administrators, teachers, academic and non-academic, and other personnel. Exercise special parental authority and responsibility over the child while under the supervision, instruction, and custody. Keep them in their company and support, educate and instruct them by right precept and good example. Give them love and affection, advice and counsel, companionship and understanding. Enhance, protect, preserve, and maintain physical and mental health at all times. Furnish them with good and wholesome educational materials, supervise their activities, recreation and association with others, protect them from bad company, and prevent them from acquiring habits detrimental to their health, studies, and morals. Represent them in all matters affecting their interests. Inculcate the value of respect and obedience. Practice positive and non-violent discipline as may be required under the circumstances, provided that in no case shall corporal punishment be inflicted upon them. Perform such other duties as are imposed by law upon them, as substitute parents or guardians. Lastly, school personnel shall also strictly comply with the school's child protection policy. That would be all. Thank you so much for listening. I am Maridel Mugot. Please stand by for the next reporter.